All right, we are back here at the Jack Ash podcast. Things have been a lot of fun, a lot of banter between us. We threw in a bit of an interesting question last time we were here, and I'm curious to see how people are reacting to that one. I'll have to check out the comments.
We will see. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Lots of talking about coins. Lots of busting chops.
Yeah.
And, talking about coins.
I'm actually going to let you kick off today's podcast because you said you had a surprise for me or some sort of news.
Well, yeah, you were saying there wasn't anything really new in the news in the week, and I said, oh, there is one thing, and you said, well, surprise me. So the one big piece of news, actually, I think, is that in the last few days, Trump announced his nomination for the mint director.
Did he?
He did.
Oh.
And it's actually someone, I don't know if you may know him too, but do you know Paul Hollis? So Paul Hollis is a guy who is a coin dealer. So it's the first time ever there's been like a numismatist as mint director. He's a politician and a coin dealer. He was a senator, I think, from Louisiana, but he's a coin dealer for a while. Like I've met him multiple times. Nice guy. Like I've met him at coin shows and stuff. So I think that's exciting because I think under Ventris Gibson, like the mint put out a lot of really cool products. I think the direction, we talked about this in past weeks, the direction of the mint is really cool. There's been a lot of kind of bringing back old designs that we liked and different metals and like a lot of cool stuff going on in the last few years at the mint. And I thought things were going really well under Ventris Gibson. So when she stepped down, I was hoping for the best. I assume, and we'll see, that Paul Hollis will, coming as a collector himself and a coin guy himself, I only assume things will continue to grow in the way they've been going. So I think it's a cool development. He still, I guess, has to be approved by Congress or whatever the next step is. But I think that's cool news.
That's pretty awesome. I think you're right. I don't remember the last time we had like someone that was an actual collector / coin dealer.
I believe in the press release that I read, I think they said this is the first time there's ever been a numismatist.
That's great.
As a mint
That's
director.
great. I don't know the guy, so I don't know what type of person he is, but I trust, since you've met him several times, that he's going to do a great job. That's really cool.
Yeah. He actually used to sell coins on TV like 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
Like we had discussions. Like he came up to me and was like, hey, and kind of like comparing notes and like talking about.
Okay. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, and the one thing I read that it was cool, because again, I read the press release or article about the news. He got into collecting like a lot of people as a kid, and his grandmother gave him a peace dollar, like that she had from circulation or whatever. And he was like fascinated with it. And it said that he's going to carry that peace dollar in his pocket to the hearing.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
too.
cool.
I thought that was really cool.
I'm not going to lie, my favorite mint director from my generation has to be Ventris Gibson. I am a huge fan of hers, and it's mainly surrounding the 2024 flowing here. But you could correct me if I'm wrong, the stuff that Ventris worked on technically is slated to come out next year, right? Meaning, because it usually takes a couple of years to get the ball rolling.
I think that was under her.
So like whatever we see next year, would you assume that there are things that Ventris planned before she left her post?
Or at least started, I don't know how it works, like how much of the creative comes from the director and how much is from like the CCAC, the Citizens Coin Advisory Committee, which has maybe 10 or 12 or 8, I forget how many people.
No, the point I'm trying to make though is like,
I would think
they
most of the
can't
stuff's
make a
in the works,
decision today and start making it 3 months from now, right? It usually takes a little while because if it's a new design, it has to get approved by Congress and stuff like that, right?
I believe so in a general sense. I think there are certain exceptions. Like I think metals have more leeway to do stuff than like coins, especially circulating coins. Mm-hmm. So I think you're right, but there probably is certain areas that maybe have more wiggle room than other areas, like the stuff for the semi-quincentennial next year. That stuff is probably all, if not finalized, at least they've got it really narrowed down to what's happening already. Like I don't think he could come in and be like, no, we're changing everything. We're gonna make all different coins.
Did we talk about those, by the way, like the Mercury dime before?
I think we talked about the Mercury dime. That's the first announcement, right? Gold Mercury dime is coming out next year.
Dated 1916.
Oh, that's the part I don't think we talked about.
Yeah, so the gold Mercury dime, which is one of the 6 or 7 coins that the Mint said they're going to release next year, part of the semi-quincentennial of the United States of America. It's going to be another gold Mercury dime like the one from 2016 was. However, this one is dated 1916, and it has a Liberty Bell privy mark that says 250 inside of it to, again, commemorate the 250th anniversary of our country. And
that's awesome.
There's a silver medal that goes with it, where the obverse and reverse actually
yeah, they kind of go together, right?
Go together.
It's like a continuation of a design. Like you put an obverse and reverse next to each other, and it's like one image.
Correct, and it's actually super cool. I don't know if you noticed this or if you read about it. It's supposed to be a larger version of the Mercury dime design because it has what looks like the God of Mercury on it with like 2 swords, I believe it is. It's so cool.
I know I saw it, and I thought it was really interesting because at first. Because it's not the same design as a Mercury dime.
Yes,
it's like a different image of Mercury.
It's like a modern depiction
or you know, what do you call winged liberty, I guess, technically. So at first it took me a second, like, what is this? Because I just thought, you know, usually when they do like a silver and a gold companion coin, like it's usually the same design or something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, what is this? And but it's fascinating. But yeah, the thing we talked about last time, and you told me just the other day, was this, that it's going to be dated 1916.
That's wild.
That's really cool. I think I love like what the Mint's doing. They're doing some really creative work right now. It's kind of like a new renaissance, or you know.
I could see the Mint picking coins where the date ends in the 6, just so it could be like a rounded anniversary, which makes me think, wouldn't it be cool if they picked the 1856 Flying Eagle cent?
That would be super cool.
That would be cool, right?
That would be extremely cool.
That would be, what, the 170th anniversary? Yeah, 170.
Yes.
1856, 170.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. That would be so awesome.
Be cool. That would be cool. Flying Eagle. I was thinking about that the other day, because like what cents like had a cool design? Like, you know, Mercury dime is kind of the iconic design. I mean, for cents, it's kind of the Lincoln cent. It's the
Lincoln, but I also think the 1856 specifically. Well, the Flying Eagle in general, but the 1856 Flying Eagle, I think, is one of the most iconic cents that anyone can ever get.
Of course, the first small cent there is. It's a tiny mintage. It's a rare coin. It's a big deal coin.
It's a huge deal coin. Yeah. I agree.
Cool stuff. Should we get into questions?
Let's get into it. I think last time you started, so this time I will start.
Sounds fair.
All right. Ooh, this is a great question.
Ooh.
This is actually a really good question. We've never talked about this, but how do you feel about $50 slugs?
I love $50 slugs. It's funny, once in a while, like if I meet somebody who like isn't into them, I'm like baffled. I'm like, how do you not like a giant
big
gold
guy
coin?
This way, remember?
Why don't you don't like $50 slugs?
We talked about this.
We probably have, but
It's not a real territorial.
What do you mean real? What are you talking about?
It's not an actual it's federal money. Like it's federal currency. It's not like it was struck by a private assay.
Doesn't that make it cooler? It's like a quasi.
No, I'm not gonna like get passionate over this one, but in my opinion, like the allure behind territorials is that they were private assayers striking coins for the common folk around in that territory before, you know, an official U.S. Body came and implanted a mint.
So you're talking like a Kellogg slug, you're saying?
Kellogg slugs are cool. I'm talking about the U.S. Assay Office slugs.
Okay.
Yeah, like the federal
ones.
ones.
Kind of slugs, but that's kind of cool too. It's like you could really argue then, if you're saying that the Assay Office, then you could argue that's like the earliest kind of U.S. federal California gold, right?
Yeah.
Because that's earlier than the Cal 2.5, right?
No. Cal 2.5 was 1848.
Right.
Yeah.
And when was the essay of 52?
Yeah, like 1850 through 1853, I believe.
Still.
Because then in 1854, the San Francisco Mint began striking coins. So
okay, but it's after the Cal, but it's still before San Francisco Mint. So it's like a precursor to San Francisco Mint.
It's a precursor to the San Francisco Mint, but
I mean, this is just sounding cooler and cooler. The more you try and explain why it's not cool, the more I think it's
no,
just amazing.
Look, I love the massive size of a $50
huge. It's a 2.5 ounce gold coin.
It's great.
From the gold rush, struck 2 years, a year before the San Francisco Mint opened up. You're right. I don't see why anyone would want anything like that.
But
it's like the coolest thing ever.
It is very cool. Obviously, I'd love to own one, but I do think it's miscategorized as a territorial piece.
I see. I guess it's categorized like because it's not a U.S. mint product.
Yeah.
But you're right. It was authorized by the Treasury, by the federal government. So it's like a quasi. I mean, it's an official. I guess technically they don't call it a coin, right? It's like more like a bullion, like a bar,
It has
right?
a denomination.
Like legally.
It's a $50.
Right, but legally, I thought for some reason they don't call it a coin. It's like technically from a legal standpoint, it's more like a bar, like as far as the status.
I didn't even know that. I thought they were considered coins.
I thought so. I thought I'd have to fact check that.
Okay.
But I thought under like from a like very technical legal standpoint, I thought it was like not a coin, but it's like a bar, like a bullion bar.
Either way, I've held a couple. Like it's insane.
Massive.
It's like whenever you carry something and you almost have like a mental idea of how much it's going to weigh. Then it falls into your hand. You're like, holy cow!
You're like, oh, that's heavier than.
Yeah.
See, and you can. Like I get excited when I go to a place and I get like a sandwich, you get like a meatball parm.
You get excited about
and
sandwiches?
You go, oh, right? There used to be a place in Newark. I'd get a potato, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich, and they'd put that in your hand, and it was like, oh man, and it was so good.
Not to go off on this tangent, but my favorite deli sandwich is the pastrami. I think that's the king of deli sandwiches, in my opinion.
All right,
and a hot pastrami, not a cold.
Yeah, it's got to be hot.
Yeah,
it's got to be hot.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's your turn.
It is. Here we go. Are you for or against having the designer's initials on coinage?
I am certainly for it, but actually that brings up a good question. One trend that I'm not a fan of, it's not like a make or break thing. It's not like I'm super passionate about it, but I've had this thought for a while. I don't like how now they're putting the designer initials and the engraver initials, and they're putting it on both sides.
You've got 4 sets of initials on coins.
Yeah, it's a little too much. It gets a little crowded. Like we get it. It's very cool. If it was up to me, I would actually pick one designer for the obverse and reverse and the same engraver for both the obverse and reverse, and just have 2 sets of initials max. Like maybe one on the obverse for the designer and one on the reverse for the engraver.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because I mean, in the old days, like a guy like Victor David Brenner or Adolf Wyman, they designed it in clay, and they've sketched it, and then they put it in clay, and then they sculpted it, and there's one person. One, like you said, one set of initials, and now you've got the designers who are sketching it and coming up with the, what it should look like, but then you have the second person who's the engraver
3D,
who's putting into 3D, which today is rarely in clay anymore. Now it's mostly, computer modeling, digitally. But yeah, now you have 4 people because you have a
designer for the obverse, engraver for the obverse.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I mean, I think the question is posed around Victor David Brenner specifically.
Right.
Like he's probably the most famous person to get chastised for having his initials on the coin. I think that's crazy that people kind of were against that.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the argument people claimed, I guess they didn't notice that they were there on coins before that. Maybe VDB, where they put it on the reverse, it's kind of right at 6 o'clock, was more prominent, more obvious. People noticed it. But I mean, Morgan actually, there's an M on the obverse and the reverse of the Morgan dollar. There's an L in like Longacre and the later, starting in 1864, Indian head cents. I mean, I'm sure there's others that off the top of my head, those are the 2 that jump out. I mean, Saint-Gaudens came out 2 years before, and they have his monogram.
They do. And most people actually mistake that for a mint mark.
True. So many people, yeah.
So new collectors, whenever they get their first Saint-Gaudens gold double eagle, a lot of people, of course, like to look at it under magnification and everything. Right underneath the date, you're always going to see the ASG. They're all overlapping on top of each other, which stands for Augustus Saint-Gaudens. Right. A lot of people confuse it for a mint mark and don't understand which mint the coin was struck in.
Because they can't even tell what letter it is. They don't realize it's a monogram where it's these letters,
especially if we're talking about a Philadelphia minted coin, because there's no mint mark above the date where it would usually be, so people just assume.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I'm going to get going.
Yeah, get going. Get out of here. I'll just read the questions myself. You look perplexed.
Well, it's a good question, so we'll jump into it. What numismatic story could be told as an entertaining movie or TV show?
Oh, geez, I've always thought the story of the 1933 Saint would make a phenomenal movie. It's like a suspense. I mean, there's a book, and I've told you about this book, Illegal Tender by David Tripp, that tells the whole story of the 1933 Double Eagle, and it's like a.
Do tell, Jack.
Yeah, we could be here all day, but I'll give you.
Give me like the
I'll give you a
2 or 3 minute
right.
version.
I'll try and give you a quick version, but I mean, look, 1933, FDR recalls gold. You have to turn in all your gold coins. They had struck 500,000, I think it was, double eagles in 1933. This was all kind of happening at the same time, so they're striking the coins. He passes the law. They melt all the coins. They're supposed to be destroyed. None are supposed to exist or be released. A few somehow snuck out. There are, 10 years or so later, a few start turning up in the market in auctions or sales. The Secret Service says, these are our coins. They never were supposed to leave the government. So they confiscate them and they melt them. Now, over the years, some turn up, they get confiscated. Others are rumored to exist in different places in Europe. There's pictures of one in Europe. There's all these kind of mystery going around these coins. But then the big news is in the 50s when King Farouk of Egypt is overthrown. There's a coup. They overthrow the government. King Farouk was a famous collector of all kinds of things, like glass, stamps. Apparently he had an extensive pornography collection, which in the 1950s, I have no idea what that entails, and it probably got destroyed because I don't...
Is it like DVDs?
I don't know where yeah, 1950s, no, I don't know what, it's like... I mean, he was the king of Egypt. Maybe it's hieroglyphics or something cool. I don't know. Anyway, he was most famous for his coin collection. He had a very extensive coin collection. He was like the biggest coin collector in the world probably at that time. Anyway, when they overthrow the government, they auction his collections. Sotheby's auctions off his coin collection. I forget who it was. There's a famous coin dealer from the U.S. was brought in to actually write the catalog. And the rumor I heard, which is probably true, is that these it was like a military coup. So the current government were pretty hardcore guys. The rumor I heard is they did not trust an American with these coins, and that they would make this guy actually come in and strip down naked to write the coin catalog. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it sounds plausible. Anyway, they auction the collection. There's a lot of 10 coins. Like, they're, famous rarities. I think he had like an 1804
By
dollar.
a lot, you mean a group, by the way, for everyone watching.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's all these famous coins in there that are individually listed. And back then, it wasn't like today. There's only maybe pictures of a couple of coins. It's black and white. It's rudimentary. Most of the descriptions are not like we're used to seeing. When you go to buy a coin today, there might be a whole paragraph about describing the way it looks and the history, yada yada. In here, there's just like, lot, whatever, I'm making up a number, lot 502, group of 10 $20 gold coins. And it just lists the dates. It's like 1924, 1927, 1933, right? So somehow somebody in the government notices this coin just mixed in with like 9 other coins. And the government goes, no. This is the U.S. government. Federal government says, this is our coin. This is U.S. government property. We want it back. So Sotheby's recalls the lot. So if you go to the auction, they're just like, pass, this lot's not for sale. And that was it. But they never returned it. They just never sold it in the auction, but they never returned it to the U.S. government either. It just vanished, just disappeared. And fast forward from the 50s, who knows where it went in between, but I guess it was in the 90s, there's a coin dealer in England, a guy named Stephen Fenton, and he starts getting these coins from this guy from the Middle East that's selling him coins, and he starts kind of going, some of these seem like the Farouk coins. There were a few things he was starting to kind of wonder. And then the guy one day is like, hey, I have a 1933 Double Eagle. And he's like, holy crap.
So if you had to jump straight into how was that specific coin allowed to be sold and kept?
Well, yeah, so that's where we go here. Now, this is what's wild. Fenton gets offered this coin. he comes to sell it on the black market. It's like a drug deal. Like he comes to New York, he buys it in England, comes to New York to sell it on the black market, meets a guy at the Waldorf Astoria in a hotel room to sell him this coin for $100,000. Now, this coin is illegal to own. So he meets in the hotel room, sells it to this guy. Dude, it's a sting. Undercover, Secret Service setup. And they arrest Fenton and they take the coin. And then it's like a whole thing. So anyway, Fenton then gets really good lawyers. They do all kinds of research. They find that the U.S., because the king of Egypt, he does everything like by the book. He's got a big-time dealer in the U.S. buying his coins from. He gets export license for everything he buys in the U.S. to export to Egypt. Whoever issued the export license, they don't realize this is a coin that's illegal to own. They found in like the National Archives or somewhere an export license that says 1933 gold double eagle. So his lawyer is able to say, well, if this coin's illegal, why did the U.S. government issue an export license for this coin to let it leave the country? So now he has this argument in court. So the U.S. government finally says, fine, here's what we're going to do. We're going to auction the coin. We're going to issue like a big fancy document that says this one coin is legal to own. It's the only 1933 double eagle that will ever be legal to be owned. We're going to auction it. We're going to split the proceeds. And the buyer, on top of the hammer price and the buyer's fee in auction, is going to pay $20 extra on top of it
just to balance the budget.
balance the books. Seriously. So the coin then sold for, what was it, 6.7 million? It was around $7 million the first coin. Yeah, 7.6
in 2005.
Yeah, it was around $7 million when it first sold in 2005. 2005? No, 2003, I think it was. I think it's 2003.
That was 2005.
Because I started working at Stax in 2003, and I thought it was right before I worked there.
Anywho.
Anyway, early 2000s, 2003, 2005, something like that. Anyway, coin sells. I think Mr. Fenton is probably pretty happy. He's going to sell for $100,000 on the black market. He had to go to jail probably overnight. Maybe not. I don't know. But he got arrested. He had a lot of legal headaches. But I think after all said and done, splitting the $7 million with the federal government ended up being worth his while. Anyway.
Clip that, send it to HBO, 5-part miniseries.
I'm telling you, it would be a wild story for a movie. And I've thought that for a long time. Like, that would make a really cool, documentary, I guess, would be cool. But more, if you did like a whole suspenseful drama, I think it could be a really cool story. So that's my
great answer.
That's my answer.
I
Probably a little
can't
long,
top that, so I'll leave that where it is because I definitely can't top that answer.
Anyway, am I up?
Yeah, you're up.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite non-official or private strike coin? Oh, this says that you personally own. I was going to say a slug. You were going to say your favorite non-official strike coin.
That I personally
But no, this
own?
says that you personally own.
Ask the question again from the top.
What is your favorite non-official or privately struck coin that you personally own?
I think I only own like 2. One is the Roosevelt medal.
Okay.
There was a private issue in, I believe it was 2022. Mm-hmm. It was basically the inaugural medal that Augustus Saint-Gaudens designed for Theodore Roosevelt's presidency that he won in the year 1905. So that's definitely one of them.
What about like the Winged Liberty?
I was going to say I don't own a Winged Liberty, but that would be my favorite if I did own it. It's one of the most beautiful designs ever. It's awesome design, 100%. But specifically the one with the Roman-proof finish, which is basically like a matte proof, like a sandblast proof, something like that. I don't like the way the proofs look. I don't like the way the reverse proofs look, but the Roman-proof finish one is beautiful.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, it's my favorite for sure. And it's a timeless design. The Saint-Gaudens Gold Double Eagle in of itself is gorgeous, but there's a book, this book, that talks about the history behind the design of the Saint-Gaudens Gold Double Eagle, and some of the earliest sketches of the $20 Double Eagle that Augustus Saint-Gaudens was creating had wings on the back of Lady Liberty, because it was inspired off of the William Sherman Memorial statue in Central Park, which has a Statue of Victory with wings on its back.
Right. That was based on the Nike that's in the Louvre, right? Nike,
exactly. Right. And if you ask me, I would have preferred to have Winged Liberty on the official one that made it to production. I get why they didn't do it. I think they just wanted her to look more elegant.
A little more streamlined.
More streamlined.
A little less busy.
Yeah. But that would definitely be.
Yeah, I think I told you when I worked at Stax, they had a plaster like study that Saint-Gaudens had done for the face, the head of Sherman. Like when he was making that statue, I guess he was working on the working in plaster before they make the bronze, and they had the head was like on the shelf above my desk, like for a while.
Cool.
Eventually got sold. And then, so you said there was a second one that you own, though. I cut you off, and we started talking about Wing Livery. Do you own another private one besides the Roosevelt?
No. When I said a second one that I own, I meant to say my second answer would be one that I don't own, and it would be Wing Livery. That's what I meant to say. That's
a cool one. You know one I liked a lot that's really out of the box that we had for a while that I think we're out of is the, I'm sure we're long out of it actually, was the Kilo Cube. I thought that was
that.
I thought that
but
was
that's
a
not
really
a coin-ish kind of like it's
kind of a coin, right?
No, I mean, it just has 6 different designs of Lady Liberty on.
Right, but it's 6 different takes of classic Lady Liberty designs reimagined by modern famous coin designers like Mercanti and stuff.
Yeah, like one is like the flowing hair. There's the Walking Liberty. I think there's a Barber. I could be wrong about that. There are a few. There are 6.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so I thought that was interesting too because they also paired each side with a different national park too. So there's like a lot of different kind of themes that these modern artists work with. So I don't know. I thought that was a really cool modern, private issue coin. Yeah, and it's a little. You're right. It's a little bit of a,
It's more artsy, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a numismatic art.
Oh, okay. So this is the game. I love this. I'm glad we're playing it.
Oh yeah, I heard there was going to be a game today. So I'm supposed to rank stuff or something.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So I'm gonna give you 5 coins. You're gonna rank them on a scale of 1 to 5 without knowing what comes next. So the way it's gonna work is this is not gonna be one of those 5 coins, but I'll say something like 1913 Liberty Nickel, and you don't know what's coming before, or you don't know what's coming after it, so you have to guess.
Right.
Like,
I'd probably say number 1 because it's so great, but then if you say $1804, I'm going to be annoyed that I have to put it at number 2.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have to like kind of assume like what might come after it, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if you say 1933 Double Eagle, I'm going to say
Do you guys
number
have
1.
a pen you could toss this way? All right. You ready?
Sure. Let's go for it.
1986 Proof Silver Eagle.
1986 Proof Silver Eagle. First year of issue, most popular coin series in the world, but I'm afraid you're going to get into some really like rare coins. So I like that coin a lot, but I want to leave room for if you do say like $1804 or 1933 Saint. So I'm going to say 4.
Number 4. All right. Well, I mean, no disrespect to the 86.
Like I said, I love the coin, but I'm
Eagle,
thinking,
but I think I would place it at 4. It's a pretty safe place to put that. Next one. 1907 Ultra High Relief Saint-Gaudens Gold Double Eagle.
And that's why I put that at 4. 1907 first year Saint-Gaudens Ultra High Relief. I mean, this is a work of art, and I can't imagine what coin you'd say is more beautiful. Also extremely rare. There's only like about 10 or
19.
So, is there 19? Wow. It's a common coin then.
Common.
I mean, even any example is over $1 million
at least,
and many are worth many millions of dollars. I'm tempted to call it number 1.
You're putting it at number 1. You're doing it.
Let me think. I'm going to put it number 1. I'm going to put it
number 1.
That's a monster
All right,
coin. That
fantastic.
is a monster coin.
This next one is an absolute favorite of yours specifically.
Oh, crap.
I'm kidding. It's not. 1948 Franklin half dollar.
First year of the Franklin. Really important coin. I love Ben Franklin. I always joke that he's my favorite founding father, especially who was never a president. Super involved in numismatics. Obviously, besides the half dollar, he's on the $100 bill. He designed the Fujio cent. He's printed paper money. He's not only one of the greatest founding fathers, but in numismatics, he's a very important figure. But again, I'm afraid there's going to be super big stuff in here that you're going to give me. I'm going to say 5. I could really...
You are a smart man, Jack.
I could go 3. I just want to leave room because I'm afraid what's coming next.
I just gave you a clue.
Next.
You're a smart man. Number 5 is a great option.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
Because there's going to be some big rarities.
$1804.
Oh, okay. I got to put it number 2. I mean, like, I probably would have put it 1 and put the ultra high relief 2.
I wouldn't.
But it's a close. I could argue it either way. Like they're both. $1804 is I mean, it's been called the king of American coins since like the 1800s. I mean, it is a famous big deal rarity.
So currently,
one of my favorite coins.
You have '07 Ultra High Relief at number 1.
Uh-huh.
$1804 at number 2.
Uh-huh.
You have number 3 blank, which I'll tell you what it defaults to soon. Number 4 is the '86 Proof Silver Eagle, and the 5th is the 1948 Franklin half dollar. This might be, at least for me, a perfect tier list.
Before you announce number 3, I would say that number 1 and 2 I could kind of interchange, and number 4 and 5 I could kind of interchange. Like, they're all really cool coins.
No, for me it's perfect so far.
Okay. So I nailed 3, it. You're saying I nailed it.
For me at least.
Okay.
By default, number 3, it just says Stella here, but I'm going to pick the 1879 coiled hair Stella.
The most common of the Stellas.
Coiled hair.
Oh, coiled hair. I
Yeah.
see.
So that's number 3. I think that's a perfect tier list in my opinion. It's great.
I agree. Like I said, 4 and 5 I could kind of go either way, and 1 and 2 I could kind of go either way. And I think based on the rarity and historical importance, I think the Stella is right in the middle. I mean,
we should bring a whiteboard next time.
Yeah.
I like this game.
It's funny though, because you could throw one coin in, like another 6th coin in there, and it could skew the thing so many different directions.
Yeah.
You know? But okay, I feel pretty good about how that landed though.
I agree.
I feel pretty good. Okay. Wow, that's wild, because like I said, I'm like, are they going to be all more modern coins? Are they going to be all mega rarities?
That's the whole point. Like
that's the trick of it.
Yeah.
Cool. That was fun.
You're next.
All right, here we go. Who? This is very numismatic, although it's relatively. Okay. Anyway, whatever. I'm babbling. Who would win in a fight between Superman and the Incredible Hulk?
Superman would destroy the Incredible Hulk without question.
Is it because of his belly button?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I mean, he's the last son of Krypton. He's literally Superman. He is indestructible. He's carried entire buildings, and Hulk is heavy, but he's not that heavy. I think he just wipes the floor with Hulk, flies him up to somewhere outside of our orbit, and just leaves him there. And then what's Hulk gonna do? That's it. Hulk can't survive in space without oxygen, I'm guessing, right?
You know,
you
a lot
might
more
know.
About this
You help me out. All right, he doesn't know, so I'm picking Superman. Easy.
All right, there you go.
Are you in agreement, or do you think I'm crazy?
You're probably right. I don't know. You know a lot more about superheroes than I do.
Dude, yeah, Hulk is awesome, but
I still think of the Hulk. I think of Bill Bixby turning into the Hulk in the '70s, way before you were born.
All right, I'm going to fast track us to this next question because it's hilarious.
Thank you.
What version of Lady Liberty would you take home to your mother?
Well, the one I wouldn't take home to my mother, but I'd probably be more interested in is the Type 1 standing.
That's the only answer you have to give for who to take home.
No, I need somebody who's a little more modest to take home to my mom than the Type 1 Lady Liberty.
Your mom will be the one to buy her the
She's all got her boobs
chainmail.
hanging out, and she's going to come home to my mom?
Yeah, but then your mom's like, honey, put this chainmail on. Yeah, and then come sit down for some coffee.
I don't know. Maybe the Saint-Gaudens version, though, with the flowing gown. She's very elegant.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd probably pick Walking Liberty. Yeah.
The Walking Liberty from
She has like gifts, you know. She has like
She's got the
what's it
olive
called?
branch or whatever.
Yeah.
The laurel branch, olive branch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got the American flag draped over her. That's a good one. You know, one of my favorite coins that I would not pick would be the chain cent, which is known as Frightened Liberty or some kind of Frightened Witch. That design lasted like less than a few months because she was not the best image of Lady Liberty.
You know what I wouldn't pick?
What's that?
No hate towards the coin. I love it. It's one of my favorite coin series out there. But the cap bust, $10.
Cap bust.
Like not the cap bust, the classic head is the one I'm thinking of.
The classic. She's got a neck like me.
Yeah,
like on the gold, like the gold, like 2.5s and 5s, like that.
It's a very righteous.
The one that's
Liberty.
called the fat head. The one that she literally looks like me. Picture me as Lady Liberty, ladies and gentlemen. Look at my profile here. Really.
Just like stand still for a second. There you go. Yeah, that's it.
Take off my glasses.
Yeah. It has a bigger chin than you do, though. Yeah, just like the chin is just like right there. I don't know about that one.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
All right, one last question.
All right.
This is not numismatic.
Okay.
And I know what you're going to say because the question is, can you beat me in arm wrestling? And I've never heard you say to anybody that you wouldn't beat them in anything. Pickleball, you tell Nate, I'll spank you. Have you ever played? No, but I'm the best. So arm wrestling, I'm sure you're going to say yes.
If I have a month to prep, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I think there's some technique to arm wrestling that I have to admit I do not know.
I watch professional arm wrestling, so it's a thing, guys. I promise. It's actually really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, I watch professional basketball. If you think I'm getting anywhere near dunking, you're crazy. So I'm not sure the relevance. But anyway.
No, arm wrestling, there's actual technique. There's a professional scene. There's one guy, I think his name is Levon or something like that. He's from Georgia. He's literally like a human.
The country, Georgia?
Yeah, country, Georgia, country, yeah. A lot of arm wrestling is done in like Eastern Europe.
I kind of assume, I mean, like UFC and stuff, there's so many of those just incredibly tough guys from like the kind of former
And
Soviet.
wrestling too, regular wrestling.
Yeah, it's big culture over there.
Yeah.
So you're saying, yes, you'll beat me in arm wrestling.
Probably.
Let's do slap fighting instead. I want to smack you.
I think you'd lose at that one.
I might, but it'd be worth it to hit you.
But that doesn't mean anything if you won't remember it afterwards because of how many times you'll get hit.
We got it on video. I'll watch it over and over. Every night I go to bed, let me just watch myself smacking Ash one more time.
No, but to answer your question, with enough prep, yeah, easy. Even if you have the same amount of time to prep, I think I beat you.
All right, well, we'll see.
It's just genetics, man. What can I say?
You are like 30 years younger than me or something, 25 years younger than me or something.
Yeah, something like that. Anywho.
All right, I guess that's our questions for today.
Great one to send it
There
off
were some
with,
good
though.
ones here today. This was fun.
Yeah.
This was fun.
We should do a lot more tier lists. I love that.
Yeah, the tier list was fun. That was cool.
Yep.
The ranking was a lot of fun. And I'm glad I nailed it. I can't believe it.
It was perfect.
First time. I had no idea it was coming.
It was easy, though. I mean, this was the first time, so...
But was it? Because I don't know what's coming, so it's not.
Yeah, but next time I'll make it harder.
Yeah. But I mean, I give you my logic. I think my logic made sense.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
One more episode of the Jackass Podcast.
See you guys next time.